Right, good to go.
Right, here we go, guys. Yeah, fucking feels good, bro. You're the first like official guest. Like, how does it feel, bro? Like you just said to me then, like you've never done anything like this before properly. So
feels good to be official, I guess. I don't know.
Thanks
for having me on, guys.
Yeah, great. Like, do you rate the setup and like what we got?
Yeah, nice.
You know what I mean,
We've never been these sides.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say you've been in Salford, innit?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Salford?
Well, it's like near Swinton. You know, Swinton.
Yeah. What's it like around there?
It's alright.
I was gonna say money in it, so the main place.
I work in Salford, like Aldsall Lane, like near Old Trafford.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. It's not far, yeah, but it's alright, bro. But anyway, like, how have you been, bro? Like, how's the last like year or so been? Obviously, it's been a difficult time, innit, for everyone. Like, but for you specifically, how's it been?
Do you know what, man? It's been alright. Like, there wasn't really much of a change for me in terms of my day-to-day life. Because my day-to-day life is literally just waking up and going to the studio more time. It definitely was a bit weird at the start when like the first lockdown happened, you know what I mean? Like, even though I was just still going to the studio, just seeing no one around, you know what I mean? When you just step out to go to the shop. The shops were closed, you couldn't even do that, you know what I mean? So it was just all like, set my head a bit under.
It's a bit to adjust to, isn't it? Like, it's like, I can imagine like someone like yourself, heavily in music and in the studio, and that you're still doing the same thing, but like even when you go in every day, like you don't, like you said, you don't see people and that, it's like it's a bit eerie, innit, almost. You know what
Definitely,
I mean?
man.
Just a bit to get used to, I bet.
I'm always doing something. Like, I'm always worrying about, not worrying, but like I'm always like, right, I've got this coming up next week, these deadlines to hit, do you know what I mean? I need to hit this person, that person, and then suddenly everything's just like, no one's about, no one's working.
That's the thing, bro. I think it's like the creative industry, like in general, has been hit so heavy. Like I just said to you then, like I lost my full-time job doing what I was doing because of COVID, because they couldn't afford to keep me on. Do you know what I mean? So like everything's just completely flipped on its head because of, especially in, obviously you do something completely different to what I do, but it's all sort of in the same realm, innit? To a certain extent. So yeah, man, it's good that you've been able to keep on top of it. I guess you are technically like you work for yourself, don't you, really? So that's good though, bro. I'm glad that
it's a luxury, that, innit? I'd love to work for myself, mate. Just like, you know, you like you say, you have your own deadlines and stuff, but like I bet that's a bit like, so you're so focused on yourself, innit? Like you need to know what you need to do. That is part of working for yourself, though, innit? Like,
you're right though, man. It is a luxury, and I didn't really realise until I did realise. Don't get me wrong. I've always realised how nice it is. I can wake up whenever I want, go to bed whenever I want. But when it hit, like, it fully made me appreciate my situation, if you get me.
Trust me. That's fucking mad.
But yeah, taking it back to like the start, like prior to music and stuff, like growing up, like what was growing up like for you, innit? So, you know this. We did our research beforehand. Go on.
So you're not originally from Manchester, are you?
No.
So that is now, just even speaking to you now, that's mad, because like you like English wise, you speak fucking like just like normal, innit? So it's Ukraine, innit?
I was born in Ukraine. Lived in Russia for a bit, so I speak Russian fluently at home with my family. Moved to the UK when I was like 5, I think. And just lived here like pretty much in the same area.
That's mad.
So moving from, did you move from Ukraine or did you move from Russia?
From Russia. So actually I moved from, so I spent like a year in Cyprus doing like learning English. Just a little bit of a transitional period, you know what I mean? Just getting accustomed to foreign life.
That's mad, you know.
That is crazy.
What was that? So that coming over to the UK, at such a young age, a completely different culture, effectively, and all this, knowing nobody, no friends or anything like that. How was that transit? Can you really remember much of that transitional period and stuff like that?
Not really, you know, man. Like I do feel like English is my first language, and kind of like culturally and just, I don't know, everything growing up, it kind of like it was the first thing that I got to soak up. Only now when I'm like a lot older, and then like you know, it's very rarely I'll have conversations with my friends and like, oh, you don't know this little nursery rhyme song, you know what I mean? Just before my time. I was just like, nah, not really.
That is mad.
But that's the only thing really. Like I do feel like, aside from my mum not watching English telly at home, like, I am pretty much fully.
That is mad. But like you said, you're speaking Russian at home though, so
but my Russian is broken. Like it's fluent, but like it's getting worse, basically. I'm forgetting it.
You're in Manchester, innit, all the time. You're surrounded by English people, so I bet that's when you're out and about, or even if you're in studio or something, that's all you hear, innit? So you just get accustomed to that, don't you?
Yeah, no, that's sick though, bro. But it's like, obviously, as a a young lad, yeah, just moved over to here, like I just said, like, in terms of like your musical influences and things that you were listening to, what kind of music have you grown up on? So, is it English music? Is it US rap? Is it, what is it?
It's a bit of a mix. Like, at first it was traditional Russian cheesy music, which was just like, obviously just the first bits and bobs like I remember seeing on telly and that. A lot of it was like trance music and stuff, like really cheesy dance music. And then when I went to Cyprus, I remember buying like just a few like different, now I know there were pirate CDs like 50 Cent, like Eminem, that era of people. And that was kind of my first exposure to like foreign music properly. It wasn't English music, it was always American music first. Even when I moved to the UK, like it took me a while to adjust to like grime and stuff like that, and like hearing the English accent over, that always sounded weird to me at first.
Yeah.
But
was there one English artist, the UK artist that grasped you properly? That made you sort of like get into it?
I don't know, you know, like, not really. I think like my first memories of like proper enjoying English music, I guess, or like English rap, was, believe it or not, like Shifty and that, you know, like from back in the day, because of going to school and that, and because you know, at home I was like, okay, Eminem, like, or whatever I see on like MTV, to get me mostly English. But then I go to school and people would be like Bluetoothing each other these tracks.
Just,
like, right, what's this?
That was a thing back in the day, innit? You remember like the Sony Ericsson, like used the Bluetooth fucking tracks.
That one made you press the button, shake it like that.
That is mad. That is mad. Like with your music taste, so I did a bit of like looking into what you've done, but you've done loads of music, like all different types of music in it. So like you've worked with like DJs and then artists and and other people, and like what you do is so diverse. Like you've got your finger in loads of pies in it. Do you know what I mean? Like loads of different things, and I was like, that's mad that because for me first hearing about you, I thought it was just one thing, like UK rap, let's say grime type of thing. But then you don't realise that you've been about for a long time doing so much other stuff in it. Like I
was always just like a YouTube kid, like basically like back in the day I grew up with my grandparents, right, when I moved to the UK, and I used to play football professionally. That was my thing. That was the whole reason my family moved to the UK. Like,
shit, really? What position was you?
I was like in the hole, just behind the striker.
Blue or red?
I played for United.
Oh. Go on! Go on, hey, touch me.
Good chat, bro.
No, but listen, my brother's a City fan, innit? Like, I was never like a die-hard United fan, to get me, like, you know. But yeah, anyway, like that was my life. Sort of training rigorous, like, you know, I couldn't go out. I didn't go to like any school trips or nothing like that. Shit. It was very like regimented lifestyle, and because of that, the only like exposure to like music and kind of like, I guess that's why I did a lot of different things, was just on YouTube, looking up tutorials, like different genres, different like, just picked up loads of weird different things
That's mad. That's crazy. That like, so you came originally to the UK to play football, was it? Or that was part of the move over here?
That was the reason.
The main reason.
I think like, I don't know. I guess my family wanted like. Everyone in Russia and everyone from like Eastern Europe like sees America and like the whole Western world, UK, as like a better way of life. Do you get me?
Right, okay.
So I guess my dad just wanted like, you know, for us to get like a nice, just more opportunities here. Do you get me? There's a lot of like corruption and stuff back there, and I don't know, just a better life.
Yeah, of course.
To put it simply. But yeah.
That's crazy. That's why I couldn't even research that. I don't think I'll be able to
when you said I did my research, I was like, oh yeah, he's onto it.
I knew I was playing for United. No, I didn't know that, to be fair. So
Boxed off exclusive there.
Yeah, mate, fair play to you. That's crazy. That is mad.
But obviously, like fast forwarding, like now you're legit now, innit? To a certain extent, like
I guess so. I don't know.
You've got some massive singles out there,
big bangers,
like tunes that a lot of people, and I'm guessing like 99% of the viewers would have heard at least one of the songs that you're involved in. Do you know what I mean? So like that whole transitional period of moving into being able to do this full time, like when did that hit you? Like originally?
Do you know what, man? Like I had to make like a conscious decision, because I went to university in Leicester. I did law there, just because my family wanted me to do like a proper degree. And obviously like I started making music and kind of just just being obsessed with it a bit, like since I was like 14, 15. These times I was still playing football. Excuse me. And then yeah, it was always kind of a bit of like a taboo, I guess. Like not a taboo, but like I don't know. Yeah, my family didn't like this either education or like football. Do you get me? Like, what's this little music stuff that you're doing? Do you get me? Like, sure, it's not just me. It's most people that do. It's kind of like. And then in uni, my first single came out. I think like I'd signed my first track to like Sony, which was like a major label. It was like a like sick video and that. It got like onto MTV. I was just like, right, this is sick. And then I ended up just dropping out like third year. Not because I like thought I was like, yeah, this is me big time now, but like I was already like not getting a first basically in law, which I thought, well, who's gonna want a lawyer with like that's not really like got a good grade to get me coming out of uni. And then like, you know, you have to go straight into work experience, all that. I thought, yo, there's no point of this. Like, I'd rather just like drop out. Didn't tell my parents.
Man, I wouldn't even fucking dream of doing that.
No, it wasn't like, right, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna not do exam. It was kind of just something that like happened day by day. I was like, right, well, I'm not doing this and that. I'm not like, I didn't turn up to an exam. I thought, right, this is obviously happening now. So
What was that like then? So you reached a point where you thought, I'm gonna foot uni off and I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's that like for you? Like, was it obviously a big decision for you to make, or did you just know that you were just gonna go with music?
It didn't feel like a big. It did like there was a period like a few months where I was like, oh. Especially when all my friends were like going to exams and that, and I wasn't, and I was like, right.
Fuck that, I'm making tunes.
Like, you know how uni? Did you go uni?
I didn't go uni.
You know, it's like, and it's quite like relaxed in terms of like you can turn up to lectures. You get me? So like,
I was quite lucky. I didn't do like an intense course. Like I did journalism at uni, so like mine was like a lot more sort of not laid back. It was quite intense, but nowhere near what was like. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean, man. I could have easily done like my brother's doing. Basically a less intense degree, still like a respectable degree, do you get me? But like, I was thinking, why have I wound up in this situation where I've got like everyday contact hours, like seminars, all this, when I've got my boys chilling, like with no like feeling of guilt or anything, like don't know, it's weird. But yeah, no, it didn't feel like some mad like, right, this is me dropping out, and like it was all like a little process thing that just happened.
Just went with the flow, innit?
Yeah.
That's fair play. Like, I wish I would have gone uni, but I didn't go uni. As we touched on in the last episode, I did BTEC at college.
Right.
You're setting us up a PE session, innit?
Yeah, no, next time. Okay, links down here. Yeah, we've got a little PE session on one of the episodes, but I didn't go uni. I wish I would have gone uni, but. Like I say, you've got, like I said, fingers loads of pies, different pathway there. Yeah. So fair play to you, like, it's a big thing, isn't it?
But obviously now, like, I'd say, all of us here, we're like mad on like Manchester music, especially. Like, I think you'll know in it, but being from Manchester, everyone's dead patriotic about being from here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, fully. Everyone loves the fact that they're from here, and like the music itself. I think one thing when I interviewed someone, I forgot who it was. And we spoke about it. Do you know when Aitch did his Gasworks episode? Yeah. And then it's like, oh, who's popping in Manchester right now? And he listed off like a million names, straight up with passion.
That's good, isn't it? Like, there's artists that people don't know.
People in London don't do that. Yeah. People in London don't do that, or Birmingham or wherever, you don't see it. Yeah. But here, like, that was just one prime example of someone who's proud of where they're from and wants everyone round here to do well. Yeah. So obviously you're very much in there in the Manchester music scene, and you work with a lot of people, some people that I've met and know very, very loosely. So how did you get into that circle and start to make these tunes? Obviously with people like Sammy, Con M1, like the Robin Knights maybe, and all these kind of people. Like, how did you get into that?
How did I get into that again? I think when I like came back from uni, I just started getting involved in the scene, I guess, or whatever. Like, I don't know. As I said, like before, like this whole regimented lifestyle was like a big part of, like, it was my whole life basically. So like in sixth form, before I went to uni, like I started going out, but not really like to network and stuff like that. But then when I came back, obviously having gone through what we just talked about, I was like, right, this is music now for me. Like, so I just started. I can't even remember like how I got involved. I think I started working with like 2-4. Met some people through him. He had loads of people come through his spot. I was going to his spot every day, and then like at one point it was okay, cool. Oh, and then I met like Mason Collective. If you know about him. Yeah. Obviously making house. I was making house at that point myself, so it made sense to make house with them. And then at one point, like Yeah,
He's interesting now because I can see that cam's loving this.
Yeah.
DJ,
Blueprints right here, bro.
me and Blair from Mason Collective. Me and Blair went to the same school, didn't it? You went to MZ as well.
Shit, man.
So
how old are you? If you don't let me ask you?
I've just turned 26.
Oh right, man. Yeah. So you're older than us.
Yeah. He's a few older than me, a few years older than me, and I think when I moved to MGS back in the day, I remember, and he obviously we've had this conversation many times. He remembers seeing me. He was leaving, and I was just going into sixth form or something like that. And then we just obviously you don't really speak to their age groups back then. But yeah, and then that was kind of our little thing. Obviously, I started going to Mason nights, and then we had that little moment like yo, and then got working, and then yeah, we share a studio right now.
Oh, that's sick, bro. Fair play, man. That is sick.
Yeah, man, and still work closely together. So it's just like through going out, man, and just through networking, man.
Yeah, just meeting people, innit? Like I say, opens doors for you.
It's so important, man.
Network is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Very powerful thing. Yeah, that's what brings success to a certain extent. It's not about. Trust. It's not. Sometimes it's all about luck and meeting the right person at the right time. And exactly, I'm not saying what you've done is luck in it, but
no, but that's a huge part of it. You're right, man.
Like right place, right time. Like you went to same school and it with other people, and then like you obviously.
And that's why I don't really regret going to uni as well, because through uni, like even there, I kind of just met like the what's his name, the resident DJ of like our little student union thing.
Yeah.
Who then had Tough Love. I don't know if you know about them guys. Come through time ago. Like they had some big track. I can't remember how it goes. But they ended up being my first managers who like opened a few doors for me.
Shit, man.
So like yeah, it's
crazy,
just about
like I say,
meeting people.
I bet you're the same, innit, Jack? Like when you go uni, like the people that you meet or stuff like that, the people that you see through that.
Yeah, I mean mine's kind of different, I guess, because when on my course, me and our editor went to the same. That's how I know our editor who went to uni together. He lives down in High Wycombe, outside of London.
Right.
Like, we always have the joke, saying that. Because me and our editor were so different to 90% of the people in our course, because everyone wanted to be like weather ladies and work for ITV and we always take the piss saying, oh yeah, in 10 years time, we're going to see you all of them doing the 10 o'clock news, like it's going to happen, do you know what I mean? But,
no, fully, man.
But you say that thing about, obviously, management and all those things. I know that you're signed to Northern Quarters now, and actually met with Michael Aitch a few weeks ago, well a couple of months ago now, we had a little meeting, a little thing or whatever at the new building, which is sick as well.
I know, it's first too.
And obviously I absolutely love that whole movement and that whole idea of just, being a management company in Manchester that can have this black culture music and all that and pushing it out to the world, So what is like, what's the infrastructure like there in more in detail, and for the people that don't know, maybe explain a bit of what that's like and how it's helped you as a musician.
Well, to be honest with you, man, like I've only officially been involved with NQ since the start of lockdown. So like
the first lockdown.
Yeah, the first lockdown last year. I've got a publishing deal with them, so they don't manage me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, NQ obviously manages people, does like a publishing thing. What else did I do? Release records. Like it's like he's doing a lot. I'd expect of him.
Yeah.
But it's sick, man. Like it feels like a bit united, I guess. Like you know what I mean?
Like Man United.
Like Man
United. Come on. You're doing better than United,
yeah, man.
No,
like, I don't know. Obviously, that building like is sick. I feel like that's what Manchester was missing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a spot.
Honestly, you won't even believe where it is.
Where is it?
Like,
I don't.
Like if like Joe, I don't even. What's the road called?
Is it in Bradford or something?
Nah, it's not.
No.
No. Nowhere near there, bro.
No,
Bradford.
Not Bradford.
Bradford's time away, isn't it?
Yeah. But
it's
not Bradford.
I thought you meant in Manchester.
No, it is. It's
near the city ground, isn't it? Not too far from the city ground. But like further down.
But you drive when you go. We drove past it a million and one times.
Don't go near City Square.
Nah, I know, but even driving into town, we drove past it a million and one times, and you would not believe that it's there. When I went there and met fucking Aitch, for a meeting,
it's proper discreet.
Like I got there, I looked at the maps, I thought surely not, and it's mad. But
it's proper discreet, man.
Yeah, man. But obviously, like, you've had some fucking bangers now. Do you know what I mean?
Trust me, you had serious chats. Like, for me, personally, like. So before I even knew who you was, I could always say, it's Techie, it's Jackson, do you know what I mean? And even that, like, and then when we realised, like, you realise how many tracks that you actually are in, because like Manchester music especially, like, obviously we like it a lot, and obviously there's loads of artists around here, but even you work with people like, I don't know, like Banco or something like that. Do you know what I mean, on tracks as well? And like you realise that it is so diverse, and all the other people that you work with as well.
Yeah.
But like Manchester wise, I want to ask, like, so you work with a lot of Manchester artists, innit? It might be hard to pick, but who would you say is the best artist that you work with? So I've got someone in mind who you might think anyway, but like specifically.
In terms of best though, sorry, in terms of best,
You want to say?
Yeah, go on. What do you mean by that?
It's subjective.
So by me, invested in terms of like, I wouldn't say like in terms of views or who brings the most in, which might
if I was to cut you off,
the best.
I would say what you're trying to say is, correct me if I'm wrong,
Go on.
who do you have like the most organic relationship with in the studio? Who do you work best with? Who do you bounce off the most? Who can you make the quickest banger with?
He's a journal, so he's worded it.
No, I'm glad you probably saved me on that one.
I don't want you out any artists and say, oh yeah, you shit, but... Go on.
You know what it is, man? Like, I know, like, it's not me trying to evade the question and that, but like, it's a different. Everyone that I work with, I've got like a unique little connection with them and a little dynamic that I make work. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Set guys like to nip into the studio and just get out. You know what I mean? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the guys that come in. You know, we'll spend like 2 hours chilling, listening to music, then like 4 hours fucking about, and then like whether we come out with a track or not, don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's different. I don't know. It's really hard to like say. Oh, I love working. Depends what mood I'm in as well. Do you get me? Sometimes I like those quick ones because I like to just be in my own little space, and then sometimes I like, you know, creating with people, and because you can get a bit mad just sitting there by yourself. So
because I've seen you've done a lot of work with YJ as well.
Yeah.
Something like that. Does that sort of like help you creative feel sometimes working with someone a bit different?
Yeah, definitely, man. YJ has a very. I can't remember how I met YJ. Like it was time ago. I think we were speaking, obviously, as most things happen on like Insta, and then it was like, oh yeah, we need to work, and then finally like he just came around and we just made some like completely left the field like music, and then I realised, right, okay, like this guy kind of, I don't know, he's a sick guy basically.
Fairs. I do rate that.
But one thing as well that I did want to speak to you about, I spoke to Kamikaze from Leicester.
Oh yeah.
He's my guy. Kamikaze.
Is it?
Yeah. He's Kamikaze. Yeah. Quick, long story short, he's probably the main reason why I've done so well in journalism.
Really?
He gave me a chance when I started up my own little blog, and then he took the time out of his day to let me interview him for my shit little blog, and then from there I got picked up from different places. Yeah. So big up Kamikaze, but
big up LC.
Obviously he's the guy.
Yeah, big up LC.
That's the uni as well, isn't it? Big up LC.
But he's obviously the first guy, to be a player on the game and have a tune on there. Obviously, you've got a tune on there.
I know, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, how does that feel, bro? Fucking
that feels great, you know, bro, because like FIFA was like the first game. I was one of them weirdos. Like, to be fair, most kids in Russia don't play on console, or they didn't used to anyway. It was always PC. So I had FIFA from like 1990, whatever it was back then, as far back as I can remember. Every year, and like I'm an avid gamer and I love playing games and that. So when I got the call saying, oh, might be getting on FIFA 21, I was like, right, that's mad.
That is crazy. You're a big gamer, yeah?
Yeah.
You're PlayStation or Xbox? I'm
PlayStation, yeah. Like eventually when I got it.
I see the really different bit I switched me. I was PS3, then I went to Xbox One. I don't play as much yet.
Real G's went from PS3 to Xbox One.
Sure, you get some
can't get some real G's get a PS3.
We get some guy in the comments like XX snipers 08. That must be remembering.
I can't lie though, like playing like COD on the thing that made me like adapt and kind of like when I came back, it was uni in it. When I came back from uni, I was like, okay, I need a console now. But like, I don't know how everyone plays with the little fucking
like the analogs.
Yeah, the analog sticks. Like aiming, it's much more comfortable with the mouse. Do you get me?
Oh shit! Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like play on PC. You get me? Like, I grew up on Counter Strike.
Oh,
FIFA and Counter Strike. That's probably a better way to everybody. Yeah.
I get you in it. Like I've always been fucking console in it. Even back in the day, like a Nintendo 64 or something like that, or a GameCube. And you remember a GameCube? Like always been somewhat holding in it. And low bear man played PC as well, innit? Like that's massive, and I've never even played.
It's still the most popular like shoot 'em up game in the world.
Is it?
Counter-Strike,
Yeah.
Ahead of COD, all that, yeah.
Shit, that's mad that. But I think that's like because PC's more accessible in it than like a console.
Yeah.
Like buying a console because a lot of people have PCs, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can see that being the case. But that's mad that I don't even know.
Trust him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, PlayStation.
No, respect.
Fair, isn't it?
PlayStation all the way.
No, yeah, they are better, innit?
The new one's sick, yo.
To be fair, I've not got it, you haven't.
Yeah.
Smashing it up.
Of course they have. All the time.
I've got an
Only
Xbox
time it's
now,
come out this
innit,
week.
but- I've got an Xbox now, innit, but I don't play games like that to like I don't see the point in forking out for a PS5 right now when I don't even really play my Xbox, do you know what I mean? I feel like it just
He's maturing, innit?
I feel like it just
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't even play my Xbox anymore. And I used to smash it out. I remember I bought an Xbox at the start of lockdown, innit? The first lockdown, I bought one just to for something to do, and I smoked it for like.
You used to go off clubs.
Innit, clubs, fucking
I
cars.
feel like that's the only thing that's got like someone like me through lockdown because you can just jump on and you can just get everyone in your ear and you're just talking to
You've
them.
got all the gang there, innit? All the boys at the party.
Warzone has.
Warzone's
yo, it's.
Warzone's the best.
Hey, if Chegg was here, yeah, he'd be in his element. He loves Warzone. The guru.
Yeah. Production staff Peg, yeah, he's not here tonight, yeah, because he's working late, yeah, he's an absolute beast, mate. On
Is
anything,
it?
any
He's
game, yeah.
only got 2 GCSEs though.
Anyways, back on actual topic, yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously, like you've jumping if I'm wrong, yeah. But from what I believe, like you made like your name grew off the back of working with predominantly artists from Manchester, yeah.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, most recently, obviously you've worked with the likes of, obviously I know Mastermind was involved, but with the Banco K-Tune, and you worked with Banco, like Howland Spartans, like that kind of thing. So now you're starting to branch out outside of this city. Like, did you feel that it was more difficult moving into a space where all these artists from outside of Manchester, they've already got their go-to guys that they need to go to for production and stuff? So how have you found that? Has it really been much of a thing, or has it just been natural for you just to push out and meet new people like that?
I don't know. I think it is natural. It has been natural. Sorry, like most of these guys don't really have like a go-to guy. Like I don't know. Like for me, obviously, like when I got involved in the Manchester scene, I had to. And this goes back even further when I was making house music. Like I had to learn basically how to do everything. Produce the track, mix the vocals, like everything. Do you get me? So when I started working with artists, there was no need. Like I wasn't just like, oh, here's a beat, like go and find a guy to record with, then get it mixed somewhere else. I was just doing everything. So that became so machine to me. Like when Bando came to Manchester to record that verse for Mastermind, like I didn't feel really any type of way. Like oh, like you know, he must be in with sick guys and that. Like
you're just doing your thing.
Yeah, like I was just I don't know. Yeah, I just made sure that like I wasn't like high or pissed or anything like that. Like, just, I'm in my zone. Just like I don't know.
Sober and straight on it.
Like a lot of these guys don't really have people that like they can be comfortable with and like take direction from. Maybe sometimes even, or do you get me? Like sometimes just like some like super old guy that just sits in the studio and just works with like whoever comes through. He's not really asked about the outcome. He's just getting paid hourly.
Yeah. So always someone on standby.
So when they see like me, I'm just there like proper involved and like gassed about the record. It kind of gets them a bit like, do you get me?
I can imagine they think, hey, up, he's proper in with it as well. It makes them better in it, like obviously more comfortable, especially in an environment like that as well when it is so serious. But
so obviously like working like obviously today's music, there's a lot of like, I mean. It's called auto-tune music, but I don't really like calling it that because there's more to it than just auto-tune. I get
wave music.
Wave trap music.
I prefer that. Wave music sounds better than auto-tune.
Wave UK trap. Obviously, I spoke with SX a couple months ago.
Producer.
Yeah. The one, he's from Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
And he told me he's a producer that is like very. He comes up with melodies in there for artists and stuff like that. Are you like that? Do you give like advice on what melodies to use or whatnot? Because I always imagine it. I've never tried it in it, but if someone slaps a beat in front of me and it's like sing a melody to that, I wouldn't have an absolute Scooby-Doo, mate. I wouldn't know what to do. So it's like it makes me think: does some artists just naturally good at coming up with random melodies on the spot, or do they need guidance and things like that?
Most guys are naturally good, yeah, definitely. Sometimes you will get into a point like if it's more time it's like the last line of like the hook or like the last line of the second verse. Like it's always the last little puzzle that like, oh, what can we do here, or like, I don't know, yeah, like when I'm making beats I'm always singing things in my head anyway, like to make sure that like, okay, if I send it to this person, like I can imagine that them doing something over it. And that's something that took me years to like learn. Do you get me? Especially going from like house music where like the beats are busy, there's a lot going on. Yeah. Whereas with stuff like this, like it has to be like a certain level of emptiness in the tracks and like room for vocals, like all this stuff you have to learn like with experience and stuff. But yeah, like especially when I'm by myself, I'll jump on the mic and just. I can't sing, yeah, but like I can sing just about enough.
Yeah. To get an idea for it, innit? And like, you can set the tone.
And I know when someone's like hitting the notes and not, even though I can't hit them myself, which is a struggle sometimes, because if someone is just slightly off, because I can't do it as well, and I'm there also making an effort, and it's also like a little bit off. It can be like almost funny, innit? But
I think that shows, innit? Like it shows how much a producer like puts into it as well, and like try and do that. That makes me think like, do you reckon like producers get enough credit for what they do almost? Like, so if you're setting up a beat or you're doing whatever, and obviously if you put a track out with your like phrase on it or whatever, and then the beat's yours, but the artist mainly gets most of the credit, don't they? Yeah. Do you think producers get enough credit in terms of like when the track is made and like people might see the like, oh, that's the producer's beat or this is, and they put more emphasis on you, or do you reckon it's more like towards artists and stuff?
I mean, it's definitely more towards artists.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like back in the day, like when we were all young, I guess, like you had no idea who the producer was. Like there was no tags, and there was no like. It was always about the artist, and it probably it should be like that, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not just a beat. Like the artist, the vocal is the main part of the song. Like that's what makes the song. But like even though producers don't get credit or whatever, like I do hear that. But I feel like now more than ever they do, and I think that is slowly shifting. Do you get me? Like. Especially with the tags and that, and
of course. Like I say, I knew your tag before I knew you, and I can guarantee like viewers and other people will be the same thing. Like they might not know, but they'll know that it's techie on the beat. Do you know what I mean?
No, trust me, man. There's a lot of like branding stuff that I got wrong, like while I was developing my whole like thing. But I think that was like the one thing that I did get right, like the tag.
Yeah.
Just a little catchy little noise.
Yeah, 100, because it sticks and people know it. And like I say, people who listen to your tracks or tracks that you've been involved with will know that as well.
Yeah. I feel like you've got a good tag. I'm not going to say next to me. There's some. I'm not going to name names, but there's a couple producers that have
some booky tags,
some annoying tags in it.
For people who don't necessarily aren't so deep into it though, like who have you worked with and stuff, and what tracks have you made? If that makes.
Answer that, mate. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's done one episode. I didn't know you could answer it. We're there now, though, aren't we?
Yeah, we're there. So like Cam says, obviously, what is your biggest tune to date?
Yeah.
What do you think people will know that you've worked on?
I mean, it depends what type of music you listen to, I guess. But like, if we're keeping it just like me as a producer working with people. Probably Mice by Aitch, I guess, like because Aitch is the biggest.
FIFA as well, and
it's on FIFA now. I guess
everyone know that track.
It getting on FIFA because it wasn't like Aitch's biggest song or anything. It was like a freestyle almost. Like, do you get me? Yeah, I know there was a video to it and that, but it wasn't like a rain or like Taste. But obviously it got on FIFA.
Even the beat for that though, is mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like even you could just listen to that beat itself without the vocals, and it'd still be like fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? You're putting away to it. 100%.
Obviously, it's not Aitch's interview, so I don't want to keep on that for too long. But it's like, what's it been like? See, obviously, I presume, are you close with him? Like, are you?
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm closer with him now. Yeah, with every time we get in session and whatnot.
Yeah. So like, obviously I can imagine like. Because me personally, I always think it's fucking. I know we made grind tunes and that beforehand, but it's crazy how quick his rise has been. How has it been like seeing that from like a closer level and actually sort of semi-experiencing it with him?
It's been pretty sick, to be fair. Like because he's so like humble and like what you see is what you get with him. Like honestly, I swear to God, like I know people say that about people, but like. He is just like normal guy that's just a six-fitter, and I think that's what like that's one of the biggest reasons why he is doing so well, because like no matter like where he is, what situation he is, whether he's in London, you know, getting me money or wherever in the world, it's just the same guy, yo, and it's just he'll just stap you down, it's like, yes mate, ask you about your day, like it's just a normal
proper money, like the thing is he gets love everywhere in the UK now, innit? Like everybody knows who Aitch is, and he has shut up, and I think, like I say, we don't know him innit, but like you see what you get with him innit, like he always looks like the same guy. I can remember his straight rhymes freestyle, you know, like back in the day, the first
mate, do you remember when we was at Hideout Festival, yeah? We went Hideout, yeah, a few years ago, right? Yeah. And it was when it just came out, and I remember us all, getting pissed on this balcony. And that tune must have been on like every 5 or 6 tune. This was coming on, and like fucking. I remember, there was these like the floor above us was all these big roadmen from London, looking down at us, we were all like fucking buzzing, like fucking, It was a joke, but that straight rhymes tune, it does actually give me memories of that holiday, which is good. But
hopefully the festivals are back this year, man.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We're getting on at some point.
Fingers crossed, mate. That's the thing.
But yeah, man. So like, what have you got planned? Like, is there anything cool coming up, like exclusive you can give us?
There's a lot coming. Like, there's a lot of Banco stuff coming. Hopefully some Aitch stuff coming. He's working on his album right now. What else? There's like cuts with RD, hopefully coming out. I don't know if you know about him. It's a young kid from Brighton. Yeah, I'm in the studio with a lot of people, and like I don't want to say a lot of things, like because you never know what comes out and doesn't come out. But yeah, I've got a lot of music made and being made, and I'm going to London again this week, and it's just like there's a lot happening.
So you're in the lab, innit? You're in the lab. You're
yeah. A lot of stuff with Sammy, obviously money based. Like whole project hopefully coming out soon.
That is mate.
I like him. He's a talented guy. Like he's a very sick videographer, very sick editor, and he makes bangers as well. So
that was the first time I heard of him, because it was Sammy Visuals, innit? That's what it was. I remember first off, like, and he was doing that sort of stuff. And then he started dropping tracks as well.
YJ showed me Sammy. Like Sammy must have been like just popping into the studio or something. I was just chilling because all these men like know each other and that. And then when I met YJ, I think the first time I met him, like he must have played me one of his tunes that he recorded like on laptop speakers. Like, yo, there's this kid called Sammy. And as you say, like I'd seen Sammy Visuals about, but when he said Sammy, I didn't even put the 2 and 2 together. Just like there's some random kid called Sammy. But yeah, and then somehow ended up fucking making loads of tunes with it.
That's mad. That is mad. That's the thing. Like say Sammy Visuals. I remember. I don't know if he shot videos for other artists or something. I don't know if that might be right.
He's done a few. I mean, he did a couple when Cults had his first few bangers. He filmed one of Cults' tunes. He filmed straight rhymes.
Ah, right.
He filmed a few big tunes.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. K-Don one, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. K-Don's a beast, man. K-Don's a beast.
He filmed Maneuver, didn't he?
Yeah.
He filmed Maneuver.
That's like K-Don. He's a wave. Not auto-tune, wave music.
Wave trap. Yeah, now he's good.
He's
with Banco.
UK done? I have no idea, to be honest with you.
I knew he was with Banco.
Was he with Banco? Yeah, he was with Banco.
Yeah, when he dropped the Heart on the Line project.
Yeah, that's a banger. Heart on the Line is so good, man. One of the best ones, serious. K-Don's got serious bangers, mate. I know he gets back on his music thing, innit?
There's a lot of sick guys in Manchester, man.
Yeah, do you I feel like right now, like obviously the Manchester scene is healthier than it's ever been before. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's finally got its own identity, and it's standing on its own 2 feet now without having to. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that comes from the help of obviously Aitch, obviously Bugsy Malone's doing his thing, obviously IMDb, Children of Zeus. Like there's loads of big established artists that are doing the thing now, and I think it's paving the way for your Sammys, your Colin Ones, all these kind of people, the Robin Knights, the smaller artists at the minute. I think it's paving the way, do you know what I mean? So
definitely.
There is so much Manchester music, man. It's so good. Even people like JSCO or something like that who don't release tracks as much, but they should do. Like there's so much diversity as well with it, man. It's a good scene to be part of. That's why like someone like you, you're in this scene, man. There's so many artists as well. Like it's so good, man. Actually, it's mint. It's mint.
But apart from like musically, like how have you been personally, bro? Like. Is life good personally? Like obviously you don't have to go into too much if you don't want to, but are you good? Like
yeah, I'd say I'm good. Yeah. Like I'm so used to just living this like lockdown business life. I don't know. Yeah.
It's life now, ain't it? Lockdown. Like even shit like this. Obviously, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting
The only thing I do like regret a little bit. Obviously, it's completely out of my control, but like, like I had that Tunde track, Crash Bandicoot, come out. Another guy I've got a lot of things coming out with hopefully soon as well.
We've seen him on Insta today.
Banco boxes, smoking out the gap, in Banco boxes. Big up Tunde. He's a G. Tunde's a G, man.
But yeah, oh yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So like that track with Tunde, Mastermind, War with Bando came out. Yeah. This was all during that period when everything got shut down.
As well, I swear.
Just Banco as well, yeah. Like all these tracks would have been ringing up in
I think he's the best in Manchester, man.
Just Banco.
Just Banco.
Do you reckon?
He's the coldest.
He's the most unique one, I'd say.
Either Just Banco or obviously Meeks is up there as well, isn't it? But
you say he's the most unique as well, but like the beats that you've produced for him as well, like are so mad. The beats and it just works with him so well, innit? Like the two of you go together so good.
Is that his natural vocal, like?
Yeah. Like he's what do you mean by natural?
Well, obviously.
He's not.
Is
He's not on the
there
wave
auto-tune, you mean?
Like to a certain, but can he? He doesn't really sing to a certain extent, does he?
Yeah,
really?
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like it sounds like there's an effect on it, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah. No. That's his voice. Yeah. Like there's no like making it all weird and like
No, he's.
And that's why he is how he is, isn't it? Like so different almost with Manchester Eyes, but like I said, like the two of you just work together. And then even the beats that go with his vocals as well, like it's so good. Like it actually is sick.
There's a lot of weird stuff in the archives with Banco that probably will never come out, but yeah.
Yeah, that's quite funny actually. Like I think a lot of people won't realise, like people that are just casual fans of music or whatever. A lot of people I think that will just imagine that every single tune that's ever recorded just goes out in it.
Exactly.
More often, like I'd say 10 times out of 10 probably artists have more music that will never go out than what actually does go out. Do you know what I mean? Like I've heard that D-Block Europe have got like an archive of like 1,000 more tunes and like it's like that's just casual.
They release bare music anyway, innit? You know what I mean?
That's the way to do it, really. Like Future is another one I know. That's obviously just some Nets guy from America who's huge, but like when he was coming up, he was just in the studio, mixtape after mixtape.
And they're sitting on tracks, aren't they?
And I've heard like recently, like on Complex tweeted it or something. Nah, it must have not been Complex. Somewhere on Twitter, an old Future song like surfaced, and it was just you wouldn't even tell that it was Future. Like so, like all these man, like the biggest guys. I feel like they're just like constantly day to day churning, crafting away.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I know it's not really it's relevant to a certain extent, but I seen a thing on Ed Sheeran, like one of his first ever tunes, like he could not sing at all, like he couldn't even hit a standard note, like he was absolutely terrible. But apparently it's something like, if you spend like 10,000 hours in the studio or something, or you practice for 10,000 hours or something like that, like
it's the golden rule or whatever.
You perfect
10,000 hours.
Yeah. Would you say you've hit 10,000 hours yet?
About 3 times over.
Plenty hours.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you would that you'd love to make a tune with that you've not already?
Any artists in like particular?
Because they probably are going to be watching this, do you know what I mean? Because we're massive now.
Give the hints away.
To be honest with you, man, like as I said earlier, like American music is still like a big part of like me and like how I want to eventually branch out. Do you get me? Like Young Thug was like Young Thug's the guy to me.
Yeah,
like, I know he's like not like in his prime according to like a lot of people and that, but like Young Thug, like Gunna, all them man there, like that's.
I mean, sick music, American music, man. Even that rap scene, especially, like it's so good, man. All their tunes are so big. I like American music so much as well, and like Manchester, America, all these other types. But
you're mad in the American music, and I can't lie to you. Like I'm probably 99% UK personally.
That's sick though, man. There's a lot of different guys, man. Like from the UK as well. Like it's just can't really name everyone. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just especially because I make so much different stuff. Yeah.
That's mad. Like I say, you make so much different stuff, and I bet you've played in loads of different venues in town and stuff like that. Yeah. Where's the best place in town that you played? Best venue?
In Manny.
In Manny.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's not the best place, but it's definitely got the most memories, and I'll never it will stay with me forever. Like the nights at Tech 2.
Oh yeah. I've never been in it, but
every Tuesday. Did you used to go there at all?
I know about it.
I've never been myself.
It's just me, Blair, Remy, like just Joseph Edmund, my just just us there, just going back to back for like hours, and it's just like just students, but just in that little sound system wasn't great, but it was just like I don't know.
Right.
It was sick.
Yeah,
just a good vibe, man. Yeah. Like
I hear that.
it was just like a time period in my life.
I bet that's
Are
what
you
you want.
still like making tunes, like tech tunes or anything like that?
Yeah. Like me and Blair like produce. Obviously, they're in Miami right now, but when he's back, obviously, as I said, I share the studio with him in it. So every week we're in there just making stuff.
What do you prefer?
Experimenting.
Out of
What making my stuff in my house? It depends, man. Like I need that stuff to like not go insane.
Keep you going.
Just because it's nice, man. Just being able, because obviously when I'm making the rap stuff, there is like, don't get me wrong, there's a formula in house music as well, but like you don't need to think about okay, verse, hook, like
you can just put anything in there.
You can just put anything, like if it sounds banging and just like you don't have to worry about vocals, although they do help in that. Like it's a different I don't know, time and place for it,
it's different, isn't it?
however you're feeling.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair enough, mate. That is good.
Anyways, what else is there? Fucking.
Mate, how long have we even been
How long have
filming?
we filming for?
Yeah, 46.
Ooh, good timing, that. Good timing.
That is good. What else is there? I was going to ask you something, but I completely forgot. Not really that important.
Too much JD.
Yeah,
So no, he's been fucking
Pissed out
he's getting blood. I might not get another drink. Yeah, he just had it all.
Hey, what I can see, it was your birthday recently, innit?
Yeah.
Right. So how did you celebrate your birthday without giving too much away?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to give away.
Don't let us know how to do it.
Had a fucking cake in it.
Probably £100 party.
It's just sat at home, bro.
Yeah, making tracks.
Well, no,
Just
like,
take a day
that's
off.
one thing I tried not to do on that day. Like,
Come away from music and that.
just had a little meal with my mum, my brother, my cousin came around, and then same. Like, didn't feel like it. I'm 26, bro. Like, don't really feel like it's some big.
I would have said you were 26, to be fair.
Yeah.
I thought you was about the same age as us, to be fair.
Well, how old are you, guys?
I'm 22.
22. Yeah. I mean, same thing.
Same, innit?
We're in the
Yeah,
20s,
same,
innit?
yeah.
Same bracket, you get me? But
Yeah.
I hear that. I wish I'd fucking lockdown birthdays are dead for me. Like I would say, I don't even do a lot for my birthday, me, but like I like going out or something or doing something at least.
No,
Are you going to be out when it's back open and all that?
You won't see me in for a while.
It's going to be heavy sessions, mate. Heavy sessions. Have you got anything booked for when lockdown's done? Like any sets anywhere or something like that, or clubs or anything?
I think at the moment, like, I'm not really taking on sets.
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm not really actively like trying to get sets and stuff. Because I'm enjoying just being in the studio at the moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
music production thing.
A lot of people are like, oh, what do you prefer, like playing and that, or like being in the studio? It's different things, but in the same way, where it's like, what do you prefer, making rap or like that?
Yeah.
At the moment, it's like, it's nice just being in the studio.
Yeah, comfy in your own
Yeah.
No, I hear that. And lockdown's a good excuse for that almost, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Like when you're in lockdown, like even when you was on last week, we were saying like lockdown, it gives you time to, even if you're not in the studio as much or you in it, like now it's more like that's something you can do, and you can just go do that and spend more time on that and like make music. So you can just make the most out of that, innit, I guess. So.
Trust me.
But like I say, soon, innit? Like a couple months' time, we'll be free again. And
I mean, I hope so, man.
patterning and style and that, obviously. We're moving mad, aren't we?
One thing that I did actually, I remember what I was going to say now actually.
Yeah.
You was recently on the front cover of The Face.
Oh yeah.
Which is sick. I know a couple of the editors there, a couple of writers who've done bits for them, and I love The Face. I think it's sick.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you? But like a front page, like it's actually quite funny. Yeah, like I've never had my work in a printed magazine before.
Yeah. Okay.
Soon land.
Yeah.
Doing something with Off the Rails in it at the minute, but which is really sick. But how was that, bro? Like, was it a sick experience or what? Like, I think I love the whole campaign in it. I thought it was sick.
That was it, man. It's funny you mention it because the physical copy arrived today at my house.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I bought one because I thought might as well, innit?
Yeah, definitely your face on it, mate. Might as well. Stick it
Did you
up
not
in
get
the
it
room.
free?
I mean, it's.
I know, innit? They're
I couldn't be asked like who would I don't know. Yeah.
They should have patterned that for you, innit?
Like, I might as well just get it. But it was sick, man. Like that was. Like the first time I got to like go to the NQ house and just obviously I know it's like getting refurbished and stuff, but like it was nice the environment, the kind of the air of kind of just like unity again, going back to that word. Just yeah, good little experience. It felt proper. Like the guy that was doing the shoot as well, the main photographer, was a sick guy. I didn't even know he was like some huge guy. You probably maybe even know him. I can't remember his name, to be honest with you, man. But
I guess we'll never know. Check it out.
But like, yeah, like you know, Mastermind there, I Have Written there. Like these are all guys that are like rappers. Like you know, even like everyone, including myself, like we're all a little bit stiff at times, and like, but he was able to just like absolutely like break us all down, and just like make us laugh, and just like be a bit like weird and that.
Yeah. Easy going in it. Like,
yeah.
And that. Yeah.
I feel like one thing, like I'd say definitely from my experience, I think that, like you say, he was able to break you down and whatnot, which makes me, he was good at his job then clearly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Very good at his job.
Yeah.
But like I feel like a lot of this, I'm not going to name names of people. There's interviews that I've done with some people. Yeah. People just aren't media trained in the slightest. Do you know what I mean? Like if you got a couple of brain cells, you know what you're doing. You're not going to say, but there's certain people out there, certain musicians that are a bit mongy, and they don't know what they're doing. So sometimes people do need a bit of a.
The thing is, like, it plays to their like image and like the whole persona and what they give off, like in their as an artist.
Yeah, no, you're
But,
right.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, I loved it. It was a good read as well. It was nicely written.
I
Very
know,
nicely written.
I've not even read it. That's the thing. Like, but I'm gonna read it.
No, it's nice. It's nice, but
You approve it as a journalist.
no, definitely. The face is sick. I've been trying to get some work in there for a while, but no one replies to me.
Well, they've got Jack's approval at least.
I got my, so yeah, if you're asked the face, you know, shout me. I'm available in it for some work. But anyways, bro, like I think we've covered. Is there anything else that you wanted to ask? Anything else?
Covered a lot in it. Who's your favourite United player? I was on the spot to you, innit? Nah, fucking, you don't have to answer, but.
Yourself, bro. I do it.
Honestly, I actually can't believe you played for United. That's fucking sick. That was like my childhood dream, innit? To play for United.
Are you listening to it at the minute? Is it like mainly US then, innit? Do you listen to your own tunes?
Yeah.
Because apparently gigs,
not stuff that's out though.
Apparently gigs only listens to his own tunes.
Yeah, doesn't.
No, apparently gigs
only
strictly listens to his own tunes.
Well, I mean, like by the time my stuff gets out, like what does get out,
I bet you've already heard it a million times.
Usually I'm the one that's mixing it. I'm the one that's like touching it up and that.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it by the end.
So you're just playing like unreleased bangers that you know.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Respect that. That's fair enough.
No,
I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of that. Right, we're wrapping it up. Should we call it?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, bro.
Thanks for
the first.
Obviously,
Thank you very much for coming
on, innit? Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Big time. Man.
This is our actual first conversation, isn't it? Like actual genuine in-person convo, innit? So hopefully this is the start of a nice friendship and relationship. Man. If you've watched this far, and we've been doing this every week, and if you watch this far, comment. What's your
like and subscribe?
Yeah. Big up. Comment what's I don't know. What did we say last time?
What was your favourite alcohol to drink? Well, no one commented.
What?
No one commented last time. Footnose. What's your favourite sweet? Yeah.
Well, no one's gonna comment that, are they?
No one's gonna give a fuck about that, are they?
Footnose. Then what's your favourite?
Who cares, man?
What's your favourite track that you've listened to produced by you?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Favourite Jackie track?
Yeah.
Let us know.
We don't have a fucking clue these two.
Right, nice one, guys. See you later.
My people.
There we go.
Boom.
Nah, respect, brother. That was good, that, bro.